Hello students of class 6. The other day we had started this poem Weaver, and as we have already seen that it is a poem about life, and here Weaver doesn't refer to any weaver as such, as we understand. It refers to God, who is the weaver of our life, and it is a poem about life. It tells us that we have no choice. Okay, the poet tells us that we have no choice in choosing the situations or the the happenings in our life. It is entirely God's wish, and as God has planned, it happens that way. And he also says that when we face sorrow, we get very very disappointed, very frustrated in that way, and we think that it means this that sorrow is only the life in itself. But as the poet says, that it's our foolishness to think that way, as we consider ourselves to be very knowledgeable, and where we consider that we know everything. But that is not the fact, because we cannot see the whole life that lies before us, and God has created a beautiful life for all of us. And then he says that because we cannot see the whole life before us, we get sad when we face difficult situations. Then he gives a comparison with the loom. Loom is the weaver's loom, with a machine, hand-operated machine with which he weaves the cloths. And he says the shuttles. Okay, as long as the shuttles move, keep on moving, the cloth is the weaver weaves the cloth, but the shuttles stop, okay, only when the weaver has finished weaving the cloth. So just as when the shuttles stop, we can see the whole cloth. In the same way, when a person is dead, only then we can see the whole life of the person, the canvas as he calls it. Will God unroll the canvas, that is the canvas of life, and explain the reason why. But whom does God explain to? It is only the body which dies. Our soul does not die. So he explains it to our soul, that explain the reason why. I'm sorry. Explain the reason why. Why in what sense? Means why the person had to face this situation in life, and why he had been so happy during this time. So what it means is that will God unroll the canvas, that is God displays the whole life before the soul of that person and says that, look, this is your life. And he tries to explain it to the soul, every phase of life, and why the person had to face a sorrow at one time, and then he can get happiness. Then he says the dark threads are as needful in a skillful weaver's hand as threads of gold and silver in the pattern he has planned. Now, when we say an embroidery, you have drawn the something and then you are trying to stitch it. Will you be using only one color? You will be using a variety of colors. Some would be light and some would be dark. And this mix and match of the light and the dark will ultimately give the beauty to the pattern you are stitching. In the same way, here he called the dark threads. The dark threads refer to the the difficult times in our life, the problems, the sorrows, the troubles in our life. And the gold and silver pattern refers to the happy times of our life. So what these three lines mean is that just as dark threads and gold and silver threads are necessary to make a pattern beautiful, in the same way, joy and sorrow both are needed in our life to give variety to our life. It makes our life beautiful. Had it been only happiness, our life would have been very dull. We don't understand that. And when after a difficult time we have some moments of happiness, we just live it to the fullest. We just wait for it and we just live it to the fullest. This wouldn't have happened if God had given us only happiness all around. We would have got bored with happiness. So that is exactly what the poet means, that both joy and happiness add to the beauty of life, add variety to life. So just as a skillful weaver will use all colors of thread, in the same way God also uses our joy and sorrow to design our life. He knows, he is written in capital letters everywhere. So capital letters he means refers to God. So what does the poet say? He knows, he loves, he cares. God knows. God is all powerful. God is omnipotent, omnipresent and omniscient. God is all powerful and he knows all. Okay, that's why he says he knows, he loves, he cares. Nothing this truth can dim. So this is truth, that God is all powerful. God knows everything. He's present everywhere. He loves us, he cares for us. Maybe when we face difficult situations, we often blame God. That God, you have given me, you have put me through this situation. And you know why? Because you don't love me. You don't love me. You always want to put me into trouble. But that is not the reason. God gives us sorrows to test us, to see how we fare in that exam that God has given us. Okay, and by overcoming sorrows, by overcoming challenges, we also learn the lessons of life. So he knows, he loves, he cares. Nothing this truth can dim. He gives his very best to those who leave the choice with him. That is, the poet is saying that if we have full faith in God, full faith in God means if we can always, from the very core of our heart, thank God and be grateful for whatever we have, and always do good for others, and have a complete trust in him. That is, it's not a lip service that we do, means not just saying, oh God, yes, I believe in you, I trust you, and then the moment something else happens, start blaming God. That's not the trust. That's not trust. So if we truly trust Him, then He will always reward us with the best. He will always give us the best. That is, who leave the choice with Him. That is complete surrender to God. Be thankful, be grateful, and complete surrender to God. In other words, we can say complete surrender in the sense that, it's like, it's as it said that let thy will be done. Let thy will be done and not mine. Thy will means God's will. So let me offer everything, let me do my best and leave everything to God. Then God will give us the best. Hope you have understood the poem. Thank you, students.